Hello, my name is Lindsay Gerard, and I am an employment counselor at the Fergus Second Chance Employment Counseling Office. Today we are going to discuss job search strategies. If you have any questions or comments regarding this presentation, we invite you to contact us. Our information is provided during this presentation, or you can use the comments section below. Second Chance Employment Counseling is a non-profit employment agency that provides free services at 2 offices in Guelph and 1 office in Fergus. As well, we have traveling counselors throughout Wellington County, including Mount Forest, Clifford, Harriston, Palmerston, Arthur, Erin, Hillsburg, and Rockwood. Today we are going to talk about how to prepare to do an effective job search, how to find advertised and unadvertised job openings, unadvertised, also referred to as the hidden job market, and the tools to use for your job search along with cover letters and references. When you are preparing to job search, start by thinking like an employee. Before you begin your active job search, take some time to think about what you are seeking and what your employment needs are. Are you looking for an entry-level job to gain experience? Or are you looking to make a lateral move or even gain a promotion within your current industry? Maybe you're a new grad looking for your first job in your field of training. Or are you nearing retirement and looking to take on less responsibility? Maybe you're looking to move into more of a supervisory role rather than working hands-on. Do you want to stay in your current industry or do you need a change? Have you recently completed retraining and now you're job searching in a related field? What type of environment do you enjoy? Would you like to be working outdoors in all weather conditions year-round? Would you be okay working in a loud, dusty, noisy work environment? Can you see yourself working in an office environment? Do you enjoy working independently or as part of a team? And do you work best with small teams or crews, or do you prefer large corporate environments with departments? Think about what kind of availability you need for a strong work-life balance. Are you interested in a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 shift? Or are you looking at shift work, continentals, overnights, evenings, or weekends? What if there is travel involved, or you have to take on-call shifts? How many hours per week do you want to work? Are you looking at part-time, around 20 hours per week? Full-time, 40 hours per week? Or would you be interested in an environment which allows you to work over 44 hours, even up to 60 hours per week? Do you require childcare? And is childcare available for the shifts you're working? Do you have a valid driver's license and a reliable vehicle? Do you need something within walking distance, or will you use a taxi or rideshare service? What type of clothing do you feel most comfortable, confident, or safe wearing on the job? What wage range are you looking to earn? Would you prefer hourly or salary? What types of benefits or perks do you want to negotiate? These considerations may be helpful for you to focus on what will meet your needs and help guide you in your search for suitable work. We never know what an employer's opinion on different lifestyles may be. Although we may think our family makeup or our extracurricular activities won't affect employment, there's a chance that realistically it could impact your work. For example, as a parent, will you be the one staying home if your child is sick or has a PD day? Do you have reliable daycare and a backup plan? Are you an athlete that may need to travel to participate in sports? There may be many roles that you have in your life, but first and foremost, you need to be seen by an employer as a potential job candidate. So be sure that you are focused on the many ways in which you can be a valued employee. Now let's take some time to think like an employer. What would an employer look for in an ideal candidate for the role they need filled? Do you have what the employer requires? Match up what qualifications the employer needs with what skills and qualifications you have to offer. Outline where and when you acquired these skills and how you've used and improved upon them. If you do not have the required qualifications, an employer may be asking, why are you applying? Maybe you feel that you have other skills or experience you can bring to the role that will make up for the lack of specified qualifications. What personality traits or personal experiences can you bring to the role? How can you make yourself appealing to the hiring manager to show that you will be a good fit even if you're underqualified? You are welcome to email Second Chance, and we will send you the accompanying worksheet package that goes with this workshop. Otherwise, you can search online for a skills inventory assessment. These worksheets will allow you to analyze a list of skills, identify what skills you have, which skills are your strengths, and reflect on how or where you've demonstrated your identified skills. Knowing your key skills will help you know yourself better and assist you with both your cover letter and resume development. Use other resources as an inspiration in your job search. Don't just look at the jobs that are ideal to apply to. Look at job postings from across the province and determine commonalities for the industry. Use industry wording that most or all employers use in the job ads. Go straight to company websites and read the career sections. Simply Google the industry or job title and see what kind of information is available to read, watch videos, and search images. Do you know someone who works in the industry or the role that you're interested in? Consider doing an informational interview with them to ask for information related to the industry or role that will help you position yourself to be seen as an ideal candidate by a potential employer. As mentioned, gathering all the information possible through research and comparing your skill set allows you to build a stronger cover letter and resume. Staff at Second Chance, more specifically your employment counselor if you're connected with one, would be happy to assist with resume and cover letter development. Once you've determined the type of job you are seeking, the next step is finding that job. During your researching, you would have been able to familiarize yourself with advertised jobs. These are jobs that are posted for people to find. They may be online, such as on Indeed, Canada Job Bank, or Alluda websites. You may find them in the newspaper or on community boards or community online postings, and even signs in the front of businesses themselves. But did you know that's not the only way to find out about job vacancies? This is what we refer to as the hidden job market. Statistics show that 80% of vacancies are not posted. Job seekers find these postings through networking, cold calling, or a combination of both networking and cold calling. First, let's look closer at the advertised or posted job openings. There are many sites that provide online job postings. There are search engines such as Indeed and Alluda that will search online job banks and bring the postings to one page. Employers can also post to the search engine sites directly. There are also dedicated sites such as the Canadian Job Bank and Workopolis. Another type of site is Kijiji, which is a buy and sell site, although there is a jobs section. Company websites also have links that may say jobs or careers. This is where the employers can post openings directly to their company website. These links are usually found at the bottom of the website or under the About Us or What's New tabs. The hidden job market, as explained, includes jobs that are not advertised or posted anywhere. These are usually filled through word of mouth through personal contacts. It may be a case that a current employee decides they're quitting and doesn't give any notice to the employer. If there is time-sensitive work to be completed, an employer may turn to the team and ask if anyone knows of someone looking for work and to have them apply. You may find your contact coming to you to let you know about the immediate opening. This is why it is such a great reason to network. Networking is speaking to people you know or people known through your contacts. Have you ever heard of 6 degrees of separation? It's the theory that you know a person through 6 degrees or less. For example, you know your neighbor, the neighbor's sibling works for ABC Company, and one of her colleagues' spouses works at a dealership. Your job goal is to work as a car salesperson. You could ask your neighbor to speak to his sibling and see if they will speak to their colleague, who in turn could speak to their spouse on your behalf. Another way to make contact and build your network is to attend groups such as job finding clubs, social media events, or professional groups. Take time to think about who you may have within your network and start connecting. When you are actively job searching, let your network know. Tell them what you're looking for in a job and some of the skills and experiences that you have to offer. Start with the people closest to you, friends, family, past colleagues. These are called your warm contacts because you know them directly. One of the first ways for you to reach out to your warm contacts may be through social media. But did you know you can use social media to your advantage in other ways? The most popular social media platform related to employment is called LinkedIn. This site allows you to build a professional profile to showcase yourself and what you have to offer while connecting with industry professionals, both warm and cold, to build your network. To most effectively use LinkedIn, you will want to make sure that you have a strong, consistent profile and that you are an active user that shares and updates appropriately. You can learn more in-depth details by viewing our LinkedIn workshop. Cold contacts are the people you don't know yet. As we discussed with the 6 degrees of separation, cold contacts are the people we meet along the way. These connections can be made in person by performing a door-to-door job search and going into a business and requesting to speak with a hiring manager, manager on duty, or someone from human resources. You could also contact a company by phone or email and introduce yourself and also request to be connected to the appropriate person. Identify the purpose of making contact with the company or the person so that you know what direction you would like the conversation to go. Being able to show confidence through a clear, concise explanation of why you're calling will increase your chances of being offered an in-person interview. A tip for success: make a list of your top 10 employers you're going to contact. Start at the least interested employer and work your way up to the job you want most. That way, by the time you contact your number one employer, you will have built your confidence, have a knowledge of what works well, and learned from your mistakes. You may have heard me mention earlier to conduct an informational interview and thought to yourself, what is that? Well, this is where you are asking the questions. You may conduct an informational interview with an HR person, a company owner, a hiring manager, or an employee of the company in the role that you're interested in. This is not a job interview, and the purpose of this is to make a contact for the purpose of gaining valuable information, not to ask for a job. Best case scenario, though, is that it does lead to future job offers or helps you to connect with the decision makers in the company. When conducting an informational interview, you can never be too prepared. Taking the time and putting in the effort to prepare yourself will show your dedication and strong interest, which can lead them to believe that this may also reflect in your job commitment if hired. It may also lead them to refer you to another employer or cold contact who can help you in your pursuit of employment. Be sure to thank them for their time and assistance. Another tool you can use to conduct research are business directories. These are sometimes offered in print versions and can be found at Second Chance, your local library, city or town chamber of commerce. Most city or town chamber of commerce websites also have an online business directory on their website. A directory will allow you to identify industries and employers in your city or town and give you the contact information you need. First impressions matter. Whether it's in person, over the phone, or through email, your first impression is a lasting one. Make sure that you present yourself in a professional, friendly, and approachable manner. Always dress appropriately for any in-person or video meeting, and if you're speaking over the phone, make sure you have good reception and a quiet location to reduce background noise that can be distracting. Job searching is a full-time job in itself. In fact, you may put more effort into getting the job than you will have to put into doing the job. Don't go into job searching without a plan. Variety is the key to keeping motivated. By creating a plan that switches up your activities, you're less likely to feel that you're hitting a dead end. Create daily or weekly to-do lists. Use a calendar to map out your progress and the activities you're scheduled to do. Keep a detailed contact list with name, phone, email, company, and position so that when you're contacted, you remember who you've had contact with and what it was regarding. Keep an organized file. whether it's hard copies or electronic copies, a place where you can easily access resumes, cover letters, and other documents important to your job search. Wow, this is a lot of work. If you find yourself saying that, it may be time to evaluate what you've been doing. Take note of what has been working and what hasn't been working. See what you need to do to increase your focus and where you feel you've possibly exhausted an area. It's okay to switch things up and make some changes. Speak with your employment counselor for suggestions. The one thing that experience has proven is that when it rains, it pours. You may be doing everything right, but not getting anywhere. Have faith that this hard work will pay off. Don't get burnt out and give up. Take time for you and learn how to manage your stress. Take a break from your job search, connect with family and friends, and do the things that bring you joy. When you're feeling stressed, take a breather. That may be an hour, a day, a week, or longer, depending on what your situation is, and that's okay. Most applications do require cover letters, but not all of them do. A cover letter is a great way to introduce yourself to an employer or hiring manager, to tell them why you are interested in the company, and to highlight specific qualifications and qualities that you will bring to a company and the position that you haven't been able to highlight on your resume. This may be experience gained through volunteering or personal interests. Here you can build on what you have to offer and highlight how it meets the needs of the employer. It is strongly recommended not to use a generic or template style cover letter. Do your research, get to know about the company and position that you're applying to, and tell them why you are someone they will want to meet. Create a new, original letter for each and every role or company that you're applying to. Again, your employment counselor would be happy to review your application and give you feedback prior to submitting. It is recommended that you have 3 to 5 references available to provide to the employer upon request. Try to include at least one former employer or supervisor so they are able to explain how coachable you are and what you bring to the team. If you have a variety of references available, try to choose from people that meet the 3 R's: recent, relevant, and reliable. Prior to an interview, contact your references and ensure that it's still okay to use them. Update them on where you're interviewing, who is interviewing you, and what the position is. You can provide your references information to the hiring manager at your interview. You should create a reference page with the reference's name, their position, title, the company they work for, or formerly where you work together, and their contact info, which could be phone or email, depending on how they prefer to be reached. We thank you for joining us for today's presentation on job searching. We welcome and appreciate any feedback or questions you have on today's topic. Please contact us at info@secondchance.ca or 519-823-2440 to speak with an employment counselor.